I understand you a little better now. Oh my gosh, she is. Oh, she's so scary, but I love her. Hey guys, welcome or perhaps welcome back to the channel. My name is Kumiko, but you can just call me Kumi for short. And today we are here to react to episode 22 of Frieren, which I'm really looking forward to. This arc has been kind of a banger so far. I especially enjoyed last episode where we got a whole bunch of reveals and there was so much information and added context for the world of magic. So many interesting things happened, finding out that Serie is like our grandmaster, Frieren breaking the barrier. Like, oh my god, I yapped so much in last episode. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this arc, although I will say I miss Stark a lot, so like I'll be happy to have him back after this arc is over, but this arc has been great so far, so I'm looking forward to continuing. Really quickly, just a reminder, as always, I do have Patreon. For just $5 you can get early access to the full uncut versions of these reactions, and it does also help with supporting me as a creator, so if you are curious about that, the link is down below in the video description. And with that being said, let's go ahead and hop on into episode 22 of Frieren. Stark's just chilling. Is this what my guy's been doing? Just staying in bed all day? I mean, valid, you know? Honestly valid. Who is it? Is it Fern and Frieren? Nice. Yeah, well, we just aced, like, the first test, so... Uh-huh. He's just been in bed all day, bro. The silent judgment. What else have you done? I drank juice in the middle of the night. Oh, you evil boy. Not juice in the middle of the night, say it ain't so. Caught in the crossfire. Oh yeah, we do like good food. Aw, with Himmel and the others. I hope so. Oh, is that Richter? Oh, hey. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I want to know more about him. I'm even more intrigued than I already was now. Huh. What are those? Is it candy? Did she give him some candy? I'm a middle-aged man, damn it. You're still a child. Aw, and Denkin and Laufin. Into a fist fight, bro. That was, dude, Denkin's such a Chad for that. To eat together then. Oh. I wonder if they're gonna wind up at the same restaurant as us. Just eating a donut. I'm not sharing. Ah. I mean, to Denkin, I mean, it's interesting. It's probably kind of similar to what that old woman just said to Denkin. It probably is like a grandchild, like having a grandchild around, because Laufin looks so young. And I also really appreciated that exchange between Richter and the old woman, because I think it kind of emphasizes this idea of like time and perspective, and how, you know, when you're older than someone else, like they seem like a child to you, you know, like when you yourself are in the moment. Like I feel like when I turned 18, I was like, I'm an adult now, you know, but now as I am now, I look at an 18-year-old and I'm like, that's a child, you know? So it's interesting how when you yourself are experiencing your life, you feel like you're an adult, but to people who are much older than you, you probably still seem like a child. And the same goes for like people who are younger than you, they probably seem like children. So that was kind of a cool exchange, because I feel like so much of Frieren has to do with like time and perspective, you know? Fair enough. My wife and I. Ooh. Oh, before she. Wait. Oh my gosh. Is that the grave that he wants to visit? Because he said that the reason he wants to go to the Northern Lands, the reason that he wants this first class mage certification is so he can go to the Northern Lands to visit a grave. Is it his wife's grave? Oh. You better be paying. Oh, it's gonna be so interesting if it's the same restaurant as Frieren and Stark and Fern are at. And this guy, I also want to know more about this guy. Oh, kitty! What's wrong, buddy? Oh. I think she probably means it too. Yeah, she's probably dead serious. I would say, yeah, it does seem like she doesn't really think anything of it. Oh. Oh. Interesting, he saw that. Hard to explain. Huh. Yeah, this was such a good exchange. This was like fascinating. Yeah, I loved that part. I loved this whole section. It was so good. Empathized with him. Oh. Oh. Well, ain't that fascinating? Huh. She can do it too. Okay. Wow. Always been this way. Allows me to use their spells. Oh. Huh. No, don't tell her. Don't tell her. She's gonna be able to use your shit. Oh, that's fascinating though. Oh. Dim-witted people like you. Oh yeah, I guess they are kind of opposites. Like she seems, I mean, he just said it. She's someone who feels. She's a feeling person, and he seems like a very rational thinking person. Like we just saw in his battle, he was like, I'm analyzing it to figure out what the next, like I haven't finished analyzing it, but like once I analyze it, you're done for. So I guess they are kind of opposites in that way. But wow, the fact that Yubel talks about empathy is so fascinating to me, especially given the fact that so many people have expressed this idea of her like kind of not giving an F about taking life. Even Kraft said she has the eyes of a killer. But it's really interesting that in order to use other people's spells, like she can learn other people's spells by empathizing with them. Wow, that's fascinating. That is so, oh. Because I don't like you. I understand you a little better now. Oh my gosh, she is. Oh, she's so scary, but I love her. Oh, holy crap. Okay. This is such a great development. Wow. Ooh, the best restaurant in town. Dang. Belle. My wife and I visited this place 50 years ago. That must be kind of nice for him to be able to come back and it's still mostly the same. Oh, as many desserts as I want. Fern is loving it. Hey, come sit with us. They look like they're having fun, yeah. Aww. That is true. That is true. Oh, is that like omu rice? Oh, it's just like a giant plate of steaks, and Fern just has a bunch of dessert. Oh my god, bro, what is this? What is this, bro? Oh my god. Like, look at the size of Stark's meal compared to... Ah, bro. Frieren. It's like 8 steaks. Valid. Oh, and she got the same thing back then. Lekker. Oh, snap. Okay. That's a cool knife. Oh, and Himmel got the same thing as Stark. Aww. I'm trying to see if what everybody else got. Okay, doesn't look like anybody got the same thing as Fern, but Frieren got the same thing, and then Himmel got the same thing as Stark. It's always next time. Through future generations. Dang. Oh, interesting. Even more delicious flavors, that's true. This world greater than mine. Fair enough. They last into the future. That's the reward. Ah, God, I freaking love Himmel so much, dude. He's always thinking about Frieren, man. He's always thinking about Frieren because she literally just talked about, like, she wants to savor it now because, like, what if she can't experience this again in the future? And now Himmel's like, well, you better make sure it lasts into the future. Like, oh my gosh, man. Himmel's just like, I love the way that he cares about her. No chef has done before. Oh? Oh, that's so nice. And now she's enjoying it again. Oh. Deserve to be this happy. Oh my gosh. Aww. The flavors have changed. But. Wow. Aww. Oh, that's such a nice scene. That is so nice. Everybody's just here enjoying the food. That's so sweet. Aww. That was so nice. Look at the way she's walking. She's so, dude, oh my gosh, that was such a nice scene. That was such a nice scene. Like, I love this idea of, oh, the flavors have changed, but it's okay. Now I don't have to look for anything more delicious. Like, this is even better than it was back then. Like, I like it because it's this acknowledgement of, like, change isn't always bad. You know, change can be good. Change, I think, is a part of the flow of time. You know, it's natural. It's an expected part of time progressing. And I feel like there's an acknowledgement of that in what Frieren just said about the food. So that was really nice. And it was also just so sweet to see that scene with Himmel and with Hyder and with Eisen. Like, I love, again, the way that Himmel cares about Frieren. And I also appreciate just kind of like the atmosphere of that scene. You know, it just kind of has this almost like nostalgic feeling. You know, it's like when you go to your favorite restaurant and you order like that dish that you always order at that restaurant, you know, like seeing her order the same gigantic plate of steaks that she ordered in the past. It kind of gives me that feeling, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, some people maybe try something new all the time, but I'm one of those people where, like, certain restaurants I have like a go-to that I will always order, and it's always kind of like that feeling of comfort and nostalgia, and that I kind of got that out of that scene. So I really enjoyed that. Oh, Fern's so cute too. We flat broke now, but it's good. The state of nothingness. Essence of who is this? Oh. Who are you? I don't know. He comes to talk to me when I'm training. Just some random dude. Oh no, what's she mad about now? Oh no! What happened? Oh, but she overslept! Oh no. Did she give her the tongue click of rage? I want to eat! She just wants to eat snacks? Oh my goodness. Huh? What? Huh? How is he doing that? That was a very intense, like. Oh? Lavine! Oh, she does look cute. Home from the Imperial capital. Oh. Oh, it's my crap I don't need. Oh my god, she's got 3 brothers. That is a cute outfit though. Oh? Oh my god, everybody's just proposing. Everyone's just proposing to each other. This reminds me of the Himmel Frieren scene, and it reminds me of the Stark Fern scene. Now we have Lavine and Kane. Little Miss Lavine. Aw, they're cute. You know, honestly, at this point, that seems like a pretty classic Lavine response. Okay, we got some bread. Some good looking bread. Ooh, yum. Oh, no pressure. No pressure, buddy. Better choose something that she likes. Oh, hey. Hello. We're just meeting up with everybody. Yeah, Frieren clutched that for real. Mm-hmm. Being surrounded by girls. Oh! You're a war. Yo, Verbal. Everybody in town. Everybody. Dude, do we get to hang out with Verbal? Bro, Stark just cannot catch a break. This reminds me of like when we first met Lord Orden and he just walked up to Stark and started like grabbing his shoulders like, you've got a good body. Has hired me to eliminate a fresser that's been ravaging crops. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Stark can go hang out with them. That'd be kind of cool. A frontliner. I mean, he's a good frontliner. Go right on ahead. All right, bye, Stark. Have a good time, buddy. Turn it on and off for work. Fair enough, yeah. I mean, I think you have to be the type who can do that to stay sane in the line of work that Verbal is in. I mean, we saw. He's definitely seen some shit. So I feel like you kind of have to be somebody who can turn it on and off. Otherwise, you're just going to be living in that like all the time. And I don't really know how you could keep going if you were living in that all the time. Oh. Aw, that's sweet. Ah, that's sweet. Aww. Because I'm a hero. Maybe I do it for myself. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I want people to remember me. And remembered by others, yup. Oh, dang. Even just in a oh my gosh! What a beautiful sentiment. That's probably enough. Aww. That is so sweet. Oh, look at her smile too. Oh, that was so pure. That's so wholesome. Aww. On the morning of the second day, yeah, that sounds like her. Oh, she's back to pouty. Yeah, yeah. Oh, bird. Is this for the second exam? What's this? Notification of the next test. Sensei. Oh, is she like really... Is she like really intense or something? 4 tests in the past. Okay. Oh. Oh. So she tough. Okay. Interesting, huh? I'm excited. I'm excited for this test. Oh. All future enemies. Or potential future enemies. The essence of martial arts. Bro's just hanging out with verbal. That's so funny. A dreadful test. Oh, gosh. A pacifist? Huh. Like you. Okay. I don't know what that means. How am I supposed to take that? I'm a pacifist. But no one's ever passed the test. Huh. Oh, I'm so curious to see what Sensei is cooking. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Okay, wow. That was such a nice episode. Like, I loved the atmosphere of that episode. I loved the vibes. That restaurant scene was like, oh, so good. So freaking good. I loved that. It felt very like slice of lifey. And like I said, the tone was like so warm and inviting. And it just reminded me of like comfort, you know, like as I said, when you go to one of your favorite restaurants and you get that dish that you love so much that you always get, or maybe that you got in the past and like now you're coming back to enjoy it once again, and maybe the flavor has changed, but it's okay, you know, like it's okay if something has changed a little bit. Like change isn't always a bad thing. And I feel like there's also this sentiment of like, the company is also important, you know? Maybe the flavor has changed, but she's still with great company. I want to go back and watch that scene because that was really nice. That was just really nice. I'm also so curious about Yubel. This was a fascinating conversation where she's like, I was able to empathize with him. And because I could empathize with him, I was able to use his technique. And this is fascinating because it's kind of in contrast to at least how I perceived her, because she seems kind of almost like a cold-blooded killer. I mean, he even says, like, you don't think anything about killing people, right? And yet she's still able to empathize with people, which kind of just makes her that much more fascinating. Like, it seems like she has a trait that you normally wouldn't associate with being a kind of cold-blooded killer. I mean, again, I don't know for sure. It's just the impression that I get from her, like, from what we've seen, you know? She has these very kind of, like, cold, dead eyes, and then, you know, Kraft said she has the eyes of a killer, and she doesn't I mean, there's kind of been a lot of implications that she doesn't really seem to think much of killing, and perhaps maybe even enjoys it, you know? We won't know for sure until we learn more about her, but that's the impression that I get. So it's very fascinating that she is a character who apparently is very much able to empathize with others, you know? Like, wow. She's like this very interesting mix of almost like empathy and apathy, you know? Like, she's apathetic towards killing people, but empathetic towards the people themselves, I guess, is kind of what I'm getting from this. It made me want to put off the killing blow, too. Wow. So interesting. I can't wait to learn more about her, because, like, I mean, I was already curious about her, but this scene has like piqued my interest that much more. Like I really, really, really want to know more about her specifically. Like, oh, what an absolutely fascinating exchange between her and Glasses Guy. I forgot his name, so I'm just gonna call him Glasses Guy, like everyone else does. Like everyone else does. And let's see here. Denkin, I want to know more about his wife. I'm guessing that is the grave that he wants to visit, which, I mean, just makes me like him even more. I think I already said in the last episode that I appreciated the fact that his motivation for becoming a first-class mage was so simple, you know, like not driven by greed, not driven by any desire for, like, power or status, just simply driven by wanting to visit somebody. And I'm thinking that most likely the person that he wanted to visit is probably his wife, I'm guessing. Also, I really like that Denkin and Frieren seem quite similar in a lot of ways. You know, like last episode, they talked about how they both enjoy searching for magic, or like, I mean, they didn't talk about it, but I mean, we find out, like, we see the flashback of Frieren where she talks about enjoying searching for magic, and then Denkin says that as well. And then we have this episode where both Denkin and Frieren wind up at the same place in this restaurant because it's a place that they came to with loved ones before, you know, like Frieren once came to this restaurant with Himmel and Heider and Eisen, and Denkin once went to this restaurant with his wife, you know? So again, there's kind of this feeling of nostalgia for both of these characters. And I like that, you know, kind of like what the thing that drove them to this restaurant, the thing that made them want to go here was like, I guess the shared memories that they had with each of their respective loved ones. And that's just really cool. I think it's really cool how Frieren and Denkin seem kind of similar in a lot of ways. I also really liked this part where like they walk in and Richter's like, wait, those guys are here. And Denkin's like, well, you know, I mean, whatever. They're here for the same reason that we are. Like, meals should be enjoyed. It's kind of cool because it kind of has this sense of like, there's a time for battle and there's a time for just like enjoyment, you know, like we're all just here to enjoy the meal, you know, we're here for pleasure, we're here for leisure. Place any resentments or ill feelings aside, just let it rest so that we can enjoy this moment and just be in the moment, you know. It's like a simple line, but I actually really enjoyed this little section. Like, I think this is a nice exchange between Denkin and Richter, you know. Meals should be enjoyed. We're all here for the same reason, after all, you know. And then it's so cute that Stark gets the same thing as Himmel, and then Frieren's gigantic meat plate, and Fern with the pancakes and the cake and the pudding. She's got a whole she's got a whole spread there, and they've got like 3 gigantic baguettes. I mean, my goodness, dude, they are eating good tonight. They are eating good tonight. Me, she's going for it, man. The heirloom knife the demons took from me. That is a cool knife, I will say. With the ultimate service and reward you however I can. Savor everything we can. Always next time. I've never been able to experience again. And I feel like it's kind of nice because I feel like the food is almost like a metaphor for her journey, you know? Like, for example, Himmel, you could say Himmel, Heider, and Eisen are like the quote-unquote flavors that she maybe won't ever be able to experience again. But then it's like, in a way, she still gets to experience something great with like Fern and Stark, you know? Like when we flash back to the present, it's like, oh, the flavor has changed, but that's okay. You know, that's okay. And this time the journey is even better because I've learned so much from my previous journey. You know, like the journey is even better now that I understand humans better, and now that I understand that I need to enjoy the moment and get to know people and share those memories with others and be in the present. You know, like I don't think she's saying that Fern and Stark are like better companions or better people than Himmel and Eisen and Heider, but I think it's like the flavor is better at the present because she can now like understand and appreciate these little moments in ways that she couldn't in the past. So in that way, the food is a metaphor for like her journey itself. You know, I thought so too, but there are many flavors I've never been able. I've never been able to experience again. Don't worry, Miss Frieren. And flavor will live on through future generations. And I like her response to this because it's low-key true. It's funny because it's low-key true. I feel like every restaurant says this. They're like, yeah, don't worry, it's gonna live on for generations. Like, that same flavor's always gonna be there, and then they change shit. And you're like, you liars! Mm-hmm. Even more delicious flavors. And oh, that's so sweet. That's the reward I ask for this job. And it's such a simple request. I love Himmel. I love that it's such a simple thing. As done before. And then we're back to presents. And I love how she's looking at it, too. Aww. So sweet. And look at how happy she is. Like, look at how happy she is. The flavors have changed. But that's okay. I don't have to look for more delicious flavors. It's way better now than it was back then, you know? Aw, like that's so sweet. That is so sweet, and I love her expression too. She looks like a happy little kid, you know? Like I love the way they capture feeling so well in this show, you know? Like I said, it gave me a sense of nostalgia. It gave me a sense of like eating a comfort food, you know? Like, and I love her just like wonderment. She's just enjoying this moment, enjoying this meal. And I think she's happy that everyone else is enjoying the meal too. And like, I'm sure it's probably the same for Jenkin as well. You know, it's probably nice for him to watch other people like enjoying the meal. And it's kind of interesting. She ordered what, I actually think that these are some of the dishes that Hyder and Eisen had as well. So I think this was Himmel's dish, and it kind of looked like Hyder had like a salad, and then I don't know if Eisen, kind of interesting. I wonder if their dishes are the same. I kind of want to go back and look now. It looked like they were pretty similar. Yeah, so it looks like their table, interestingly, is having a lot of the dishes that were over at this table. That's kind of nice. That's kind of cool. I didn't notice that before, but yeah, you can see this thing and the salad and okay, that's a cool detail. I didn't notice that until now. Let's see. I also just want to say, like, I love Fern's cute little pouty face. Like, she's so adorable. But that being said, I do hope that as the story progresses, she is more able to like communicate her feelings, you know? Like, I hope that she'll grow to be able to tell people how she's feeling rather than letting it like build up and then giving them the silent treatment. Kind of like brings me back to that episode where it was like Stark's birthday and Frieren says like, you know, people won't know how you feel unless you tell them, you know? So I hope that as the story progresses, I hope that she'll be able to better express herself, you know? Even though she's very cute when she's like angry and huffy, I think it would be healthier for her to be able to say what she's feeling and what she's thinking and why she's upset. I also want to talk about this whole exchange. It was so cute. Like, I love the Himmel flashback. I love that they wanted to give her something because they acknowledge like how much she did for them. Like, not only did she help them pass the exam, but she also just like helped them, you know? It's like they said she was like a teacher, you know? Like, they learned from her. And to her it may seem like something small, but for them it meant a lot, you know? Aww. And Himmel giving head pats. Aww. Aww. love how honest Himmel is too. I want people to remember me. And I love this because that's okay. Like, you know, it's okay if that you have, like, I feel like most people, there is like a selfish component to helping others. Like, a lot of things have a component of selflessness and selfishness, and it's completely okay if there's a component of selfishness. I think that, like, a lot of times we think of selfishness as a negative thing, but I think it's like very human to have those feelings of like, well, it makes me feel good when I do this, or like in Himmel's case, I want people to remember me. Like, that's okay to want to be remembered. I do think like part of the reason that he wants to be remembered, I'm assuming it's again one like a scenario where I was just talking about, where there's like a selfish component and maybe a selfless component as well. I think part of the reason that he wants to be remembered is maybe so that Frieren won't feel alone in the future, but I'm sure there is just like this aspect of like wanting people to remember you, wanting people to carry your memory forward, and that's okay. It's okay to have like those selfish feelings of like, I don't want to be forgotten, I want to be remembered, I want to leave an impact on the people around me so that when I'm gone, I'll be remembered and those people will carry my memories forward into the future. Like, to live is to be known and remembered by others. Like, what an interesting sentiment as well. Like, it's true. That is like a very fundamental aspect of existence. You know, we live and we make connections with people, and when we're gone, you know, those people remember us, and when we lose people, we remember them. Like, it all connects in a way. It's true. Like, I mean, that's such a fundamental aspect of being alive that I actually hadn't really thought about too much. I mean, I guess it's something that at this point it just feels like natural, you know. It's not something I've ever thought too deeply about, but I mean, he's right. That is part of living. Part of living is knowing others and being remembered by others and remembering others. What should I do to be remembered? And it's so interesting because I feel like Frieren, the way she responds, it's almost like she hadn't even thought about this before. And it has piqued her interest, and now she's curious, like, what do I do to be remembered? I want to be remembered too. Change someone's life, even just in a small way. I love that because it's true. Like, it doesn't always have to be like a big grand gesture, you know. Sometimes something small can be just as meaningful as something big, you know, or something that may seem small to you might be like a really big deal to someone else, you know. Like you just smiling at somebody and waving, I mean, you don't know, that could have been huge for that person. That might have, like, you know, that might have changed their life in a big way, or it might have just changed their life in a small way. Maybe they just had a better day because you did that. But I like this sentiment of like, it doesn't have to be something big. At the end of the day, a lot of times things that do wind up being big are like a series of small steps leading up to it, you know. Like just small changes can lead to like a big outcome, you know. But it also doesn't necessarily have to lead to a big outcome, you know. It's okay, as Himmel says, even if it's just in a small way. Yeah, I love this exchange. It kind of brings me back to that episode where we first met Kraft, and I think I had asked in that episode, like, when Frieren's gone, who will remember her? And it's like, I'm sure many people will, because yes, she will live a long life, but eventually she's going to like meet people, like maybe when she's like really old, she's probably going to meet people who like will eventually outlive her, you know? And I think because of who Frieren is, she's not going to have any issues being remembered, you know, especially because of everything that she's learned, especially because of how much she's grown as a person. I don't think she's going to have any problems there. I think that people are most certainly going to remember her because I think she's learned so much about life and about love and about caring and about how incredibly precious it can be to have the people around you and to live in the moment and to live in the present. And I think that someday when she's very, very old, she'll have made enough of an impact on other people's lives for them to remember her and to carry her memories on into the future as well. So yeah, really nice sentiment though. I love that it's changed someone's life, even just in a small way. It doesn't have to be big. It can just be a small, simple little thing. That's probably enough. And then it's like this moment. And then she gets to witness this moment. And I just, oh, the expression is so good on her face. Like, oh my gosh, I love this expression that she has so much. Like, she just looks so happy, so serene, so like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's such a nice expression, you know, to capture this feeling of like her looking at Kane and Levine and feeling like maybe she left a mark in some way, you know, like even if it was small, maybe she did something that is worthy of being remembered. And I think like seeing them all smiling and chatting happily, like probably just makes Frieren's heart feel full too. And like, I just, I don't know. The expression is hard to explain, but I just love it. I love that. Oh my gosh. Aww. That's just so sweet. That is just such a sweet exchange. Oh my gosh. That's so good. I also really quickly, I didn't really get to like read this. I kind of want to read this. Go back a little. Notification of the second examination for the first class mage. Location, ruins of the king's tomb. Okay. Date and time, 3 days later. Does it say govern? Examiner in charge. Okay, that makes way more sense. I said governor and I was like, that doesn't really make sense. Examiner in charge is Sensi. And then this is the king's tomb. Ruins of the king's tomb. And then we saw that at the end of the episode, which is, the statues are fascinating. And I cannot wait to see what this test is gonna be too, because she just said she's a pacifist. Unlike you. I'm a pacifist, unlike you. Wow. All right. Well, dang. I mean, great episode. Like I said, I mean, I enjoyed that kind of like slower pace, really nice atmosphere, very nice like slice of life components to this episode. Like I said, can't wait to learn more about Yubel. She's super interesting. Loved this scene. Like I'm gonna go back and rewatch that like a third time because that was so good. I'll do that on my own time though. I'll do that on my own time, but I'm definitely gonna be rewatching that scene a few times because like my goodness, what a beautiful scene. And yeah, I think that was everything that I wanted to talk about. Shout out Verbal. I just love him. I'm just so Verbal fan, you know? Like I just what is this? Like hold on. Really quickly. Sorry, my alarm went off. My alarm went off, which tells me I need to wrap it up in a second, but one more time. Just one more time. I just want to hear the woo! Lay it on me. That's just so funny to me. Okay, I'm done now. That was everything that I wanted to talk about. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye! Alrighty, and as always, it is time now for our legend tier shoutouts. So, shout out to Abel Dark Rider, Savior of Nern, Gabriel Weiss, Ramune Ram, and Ryan. Thank you all so much for being absolute freaking legends. I do appreciate it. And on to the rest of the shoutouts.